You ready?
I'm ready! This week we're headed to Brooks Falls, an iconic bucket list experience for anyone who wants to see Alaska brown bears in the wild. If you're new to our channel, we're Kalyn and Joseph, full-time RVers who worked various jobs around the country in order to save $15,000 to spend the summer experiencing everything Alaska had to offer.
We're on a glacier!
Wow. Except the weather hasn't exactly cooperated.
Excursions in Alaska is like going to Vegas.
It's rained for every pricey excursion we've done to date. See anything?
Not yet.
Leaving us a little apprehensive that Brooks Falls will be the same.
The weather forecast for the last week has said it was going to rain today.
Yeah. So will the skies remain clear for us today?
The sun is trying to come through over there.
There's still some clear sky, no rain.
We might make it through this excursion unscathed.
Join us for this once-in-a-lifetime adventure where we share whether Brooks Falls is truly worth the expensive price tag, as well as a creative way to save hundreds of dollars off your flight to get there.
At the moment, we have more fishermen that we're watching than bears. And still quite a few fish, though.
This is the first time in a long time that we've left the RV to do a trip
And
also leaving
I was
Trinity.
gonna say, it's the first time we've left her overnight in the RV, and I'm kind of worried
Yeah.
as to whether or not the RV is going to be in one piece when we get back. Hello.
Ever since I've seen photos of the grizzly bears at Brooks Falls catching the salmon in their mouth, I have wanted to go to it for forever. So I'm so excited that we get to make it happen, but it is really expensive, and I almost didn't think we were going to be able to make this trip because per person to fly directly to Brooks Falls, it's about $1,300 to $1,500. So we're going to be spending about $3,000 for this experience to go into Brooks Falls, spend a few hours there on the platform, and then fly back. And I was like, is it really going to be worth it to get a few photos? But then I did some more planning and research, and I found that if we flew into King Salmon, which then we could take a plane over to Brooks Falls or a water taxi, it really depends on the weather, and then you come back to King Salmon and spend the night and fly back home the next morning, it was going to be about $400 to $600 cheaper. So yeah, it's some more logistics, but we're making it happen.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What about Cody? What about Trinity? You're going to be gone overnight. Well, this is one of the many benefits of traveling with friends. Craig and Victoria of Wild RV Life are going to be stopping over at the RV, making sure Cody gets his meds, making sure Trinity goes for a walk. So don't worry, Trinity's not going to be sitting at the RV crossing her legs waiting for us to get back. Be sure to go to Craig and Victoria's channel. Again, it's Wild RV Life. Hit subscribe. Just say thank you for us for watching Cody and Trinity. We made sure before we left that there were no napkins within Trinity's reach.
What did you do?
We need to have words.
We're getting ready to land. This is a super short flight, so just 1 hour, and you'll get to see what we hot on next. Guess what?
What?
It's not raining. The sun is trying to come through over there.
There's still some clear sky, no rain.
We might make it through this excursion unscathed by rain.
Got our luggage. We think we've got our ride to the float plane, and honestly, next to the bears, this is the part I'm most excited about. When Kalyn told me the water taxi was canceled and that we were switching to a float plane, I was kind of pumped. The guide has told us that the bears have started to not be around the falls quite as much, but also the humans have stopped being around the falls quite as much. So might not see like 20 bears all at once, but also might get more time on the platform. It sounds like right at the top of August to the mid of August is about when tourists stop coming through, and also the bears start leaving the falls a little bit.
That landing was so smooth. Like, compared to when you really just kind of hit the tarmac, that was a good landing.
Thank you, sir. All right, got 2 sandwiches, all our food here in the food cache. Keith's cookies, I guess I'll leave them for Keith. All right.
And don't steal anyone else's food. So yeah, you can put your food in here.
Put your gear in there if you have gear that you don't want to take up.
It's very, I guess, scheduled in terms of when you're taking like lunch breaks, because you have to come back to this area, you have to eat in that picnic area, just because obviously bears.
I don't think birds are what they're concerned about.
Bears are attracted to the food. So we're waiting around for bear school. We're gonna get that.
I hope to graduate with honors.
Yes, maybe we get certificates.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Gotta pick out some postcards.
Going to bear school.
Welcome to Brooks Camp in Katmai National Park and Preserve.
Everyone is going to receive one of these. This is our bear pins.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Stay 50 yards from the bears. That's what I learned.
I don't know. I'm more excited that we got diplomas. So we got 1.2 miles to go to get to the platform. There's not a ton of people here. We got clear blue skies. It really couldn't have worked out any better. Now we're just fingers crossed that there's still bears like in the waterfalls.
And we have a guide with us today. This is Jen from Katmai Expeditions. So when you book through Katmai Expeditions, they give you a guide just to kind of, so you know where to go and you don't like get in the bear's grill or anything.
First bear sighting.
First bear spotted.
I don't know if I can see it on the iPhone.
It's very tiny.
I'll put a circle around it.
The trails to Brooks Falls are made up of elevated walkways where visitors are protected from the bears by heavy metal gates.
Sort of like entering Jurassic Park.
I guess so, yeah.
And dirt pathways where a bear could be just around the corner.
So you can see where the bears go. There's a lot of these tracks through the woods. They definitely have been here.
Last pit toilet before the falls. Now bear school taught me that I can't leave my backpack out here
You want me to
while
hold
going
it?
in there. So no, I'll just take it in. Like a good bear school graduate. Now the reason you can't leave your backpack outside of a pit toilet or anywhere, they don't want you setting stuff down because then the bears will associate human items as toys, at which point you start having bad interactions between the bears and the humans because they start seeing, you know, hey, a backpack, that's not a human, that's a toy, and grab it and shred it to pieces.
Whoa.
There's fur right there.
You're not kidding when you said they're tall.
I need you to stand against the tree. Kaylin's gonna stand against the tree. So there's fur from a bear scratching its back.
This is how tall I am, 5'4".
And here's the soft.
Wow.
Soft. Like, I can pull you a bigger
Oh, that's
piece.
so soft.
It's way softer than you think. You think
Yeah.
it would be
Oop,
coarser.
there it goes.
There it goes.
Back to nature.
Yeah.
You saying it's soft is not helping deter me from wanting to pet the bears.
The platform to view the bears is limited to about 40 people and everyone has 30 minutes to take their photos. If the platform is full, the ranger adds your name to a list and you'll get called as they rotate out those who've reached the 30-minute mark. In peak season, you could be waiting up to 2 hours to be called, but since bear activity slows down in August, we'll only be waiting about 20 minutes before it's our turn.
While we're waiting, there is a lower platform. It's not quite as close to Brooks Falls, but the number of long lenses I'm seeing out here, I'm pretty sure we've got some bear activity going on. This is turning out pretty good so far.
Oh, there's bears out there.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Oh.
So I see one. Is there one?
Yeah, I guess those rocks I thought were bears, but no, there's one there.
This is already 10 times better than Lake Clark. I'm just telling you that right now.
Our names were called, so we're gonna go up to the main viewing platform, which is where you see those iconic photos. We've got 30 minutes, but we can always like put our name on the list and come back again, because it's probably just gonna still be a 15 to 20 minute wait. So already it's been such a fun experience.
Holy cow, look how close they are.
I know. There's already a bunch of people on the platform, but much closer view of the bears. Whoa, look at him.
With only 3 bears at the falls, we decided to make the 1.2-mile hike back for lunch in hopes that a few more bears would show up later in the afternoon.
Lunchtime.
It's still there. Hey, Keith's cookies are still here too. I feel like
Maybe Keith doesn't want his
maybe
cookies
Keith
anymore.
doesn't want his cookies. If they're still here at the end of the day, Keith's cookies are my cookies. No, I'm just kidding.
Lunch is done, so we have a few more hours before our flight leaves, and that means we get to do more exploring.
And hopefully find some more bears. To get the full Brooks Falls experience, we checked out the dining hall to see all the delicious food we could have eaten instead of our standard PB&Js, assessed the $1,200 a night accommodations.
This is what a bear will do to your cabin.
And looked for bears at the beach and the lower viewing platform. At the moment, we have more fishermen that we're watching than bears. But we both decided pretty quickly that what we really wanted to do was spend more time at the main viewing area and give Kalyn a chance to cross something off her bucket list.
I came to Brooks Falls for one thing, obviously to see bears, but to get that photo of the bear getting ready to eat the salmon, and I think I nailed it.
So cool.
This is why I love that you get to put your name on the list to constantly come back. And actually, I think there's fewer people here because we didn't get told after 30 minutes that we had to leave. But the bears change. Like there were 3 at first, now there's 6. So, and some were fighting each other, which we didn't get on camera, of course. So if you don't see bears the first time, know that you can keep coming through and the scenery and animals might change.
And it is worth the patience. Be sure to just be patient. You won't regret it.
Something that I found really interesting about the bears is that they don't congregate like this normally. Like they're not pack animals, they're very solitary, but because there's so much food that they don't have to fight over
to
it.
get along.
They get along for this small period of time.
One of the things that I really didn't think about is you're supposed to stay 50 yards away from the bears. However, they've built these viewing platforms, and because of that, you end up closer than 50 yards from the bears because there's no way for the bears to get up on the viewing platform.
Holy cow.
So I really love how Katmai National Park has built these platforms so that you have greater access to watch the bears do what they do.
But of course, when you're not on these walkways, you are walking on the path in which a bear could just kind of meander through. So you do have that kind of up close and personal too.
If you decide to go pet the bears and survive, it'll be a cool $3,000 fine and some time in the local jail. Okay, this is kind of unreal. We talked about in the intro how we have been plagued by rain for all of our expensive excursions. And actually today the weather forecast for the last week has said it was gonna rain today.
Yeah.
And well, we made it through the whole day.
And now it's sprinkling.
And now it's starting to rain. So we get off the float plane, we get in the restaurant. Kalyn's like, okay, well, let's get just a video of our food, then we can eat, and then we'll go debrief for the video a bit later. We got this far into our food before we both realized that we forgot to shoot our food. So the BLT here is delicious.
I think there's a couple different restaurants in town, but the guides and the locals said that the Sockeye Saloon was the best, so that's what we tried, and it was really, really, really good. Pricey, but good. Good morning.
We stayed at the Katmai B&B last night and we're actually both pretty well rested.
Yeah, the bed was super comfy. Like, it's really cute. It's got great decor. However,
Big however.
if you're an introvert like me, just remember that a B&B, you're supposed to like talk to other people and share bathrooms and share living areas with.
Yes, it's a good thing to remember when booking a
Did
B&B.
not remember. We actually have to get out of here and
time is it?
have breakfast.
6:37.
Yeah, have breakfast, go to the airport and fly out. But make sure you keep watching because we're gonna share costs of all this experience,
Including this
including
Airbnb.
the B&B, and also give you a massive Alaska Fund update because we haven't done that for a few videos and it's gonna hurt.
Well, since we're waiting and there literally is not a TSA to go through, why don't I give you a quick tour of downtown King Salmon. Right here, we've got the Sockeye Saloon. Down there, we have the grocery store. There we got a bank and maybe something else. And back around here, we've got the airport. That's it. That's downtown.
First step, keep that seatbelt low and tight on the hips for us, and to open your seatbelt.
Sorry.
Did you fake that yawn?
No. Feels like we've been gone for a week.
I think it's because we're used to taking our house everywhere and not like packing. I think he's tired. But anyway, when you take your house everywhere, yeah, I feel like when you go on a trip, it just feels like a lot more effort just because you're so used to having everything.
We've been on 4 planes in less than 24
That's true.
hours.
We have been on a lot of flights, but it was worth it because we got to see bears. I actually don't think it's gonna be that bad.
What's your definition of bad?
I thought it was gonna be like $20. What is it?
24.
All right, we promised you an Alaska Fund update, and
I think it shrank a little bit.
it did shrink. As a quick reminder, we saved $15,000 while work camping last winter for this trip.
That $15,000 was specifically for 3 things: fuel, excursions, and buffer. The buffer has turned out to primarily be campgrounds.
Yeah.
Because we did not expect it. We expected to spend it a little bit for camping, but not a lot, and we've spent a lot more than we typically do. So that's what this $15,000
Yeah.
track
It's
all
above and
about.
beyond our normal budget, like what we typically spend. And yeah, for the buffer, I guess we could have put like the tire problems and the tools you bought to pick the slide and stuff in it. We just didn't want to yet.
But we also see those expenses as expenses that happen.
Normally.
Generally.
Not necessarily because of an Alaska road, although maybe
It was the straw
maybe
that broke the RV's
it
back.
was the McCarthy Road problem. So go watch that video if you haven't already.
There's another sign down the road that's going to tell us not recommended for big trailers.
It's also gonna say we're stupid.
We're not a big trailer. We're only 33 feet.
Let's start with activities because we just went to Katmai, and I kind of don't want to break this down for you, but keep in mind that this is cheaper than if you took a flight directly to Brooks Falls for like 4 hours and then a flight back in the same day. The flight from Anchorage to King Salmon was $958, so that included both of us. The flight on the float plane over to Brooks Falls was $848 for both of us. And then the B&B, and this one hurts a little bit,
This hurts a lot of it.
because we've never spent this much on lodging in a night, and that ended up after taxes $427.90. So the total for this experience was $2,233.90. So it is our most expensive
far.
Alaska excursion. So out of the 15 grand, we have spent approximately $2,500 in fuel so far. Campgrounds have been about $1,500 to $1,600, and activities have now been like $4,100. So remaining balance of what we have left to spend in Alaska is $6,750.74, which I double checked that because I was like, do we really have that much left? I feel like even though we've had
There's
pricier
a
stuff,
giant mosquito
he's
in here.
huge.
Hang on.
Oh, jeepers. kind of wanted to get video of him.
Nope, got
for
him.
you guys.
He's dead.
Okay. I think we're gonna walk out of Alaska with money left, and that's exciting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because people were like,
That's not enough.
but again, it's above and beyond
Yes.
our actual budget.
We cannot stress this enough. We were not planning on going through Alaska with just $15,000
Right.
for all our
'Cause
expenses.
that would be impossible.
It is just the fuel, excursions, and having a little bit of buffer.
So anyway, that's the end of the Alaska Fund update. Where's Trinity? Trinity! Hi, girl! Guess who's here? Come here!
She's just sucked
Come
out on the bed.
here! Come say hello! Come on, come here. Hi!
She definitely enjoyed the pillows.
She made a little fort for herself. Are you happy to see us? Are you happy? Let me go get Codes. Cody,
Oh, now she's waking up.
he's excited. Come here. Come here.
Oh.
I am so glad that we are home.
Me too.
I know
and
they were well taken care of, but I miss them.
I just want to jump in bed and rest, but we've got a lot of work to get done because it is a work week for us.
But if you want to see another one of our favorite excursions that we've done here in Alaska,